From ancient holy-powered, monster-slaying knights to modern hunters of the remaining supernatural creatures, this is the history of the Oldrey family, uncovered in the treasure trove discovered under my inherited home, revealing a generations-long history of men dedicated to the eradication of supernatural threats. The Oldrey started this career as Paladin knights, but before that, they were orphaned children. By fate, they would arrive at a late 18th century Catholic orphanage, one that served as a direct pipeline for recruitment into the Sons of Man order, a secret brotherhood of knights, soldiers, hunters, exorcists, and more, united under the church's banner, started just after the First Crusade, with roots even older in the Paladin Knights, supposedly wholly imbued super warriors dating back to the Holy Roman Empire, an order of unmatched and unstoppable fighters started by Emperor Charlemagne himself, said to be powered by the very Lord above. These heroes are celebrated in European myth to this day. The Sons of Man would evolve this concept, using Paladin Knights as their most elite warriors, going after their most dangerous adversaries, some of which would eventually be held in St. George's Keep, the dungeon named after the supposed dragon-slaying saint, where paladins and soldiers stood guard over the study of numerous distinct supernatural creatures. This was much the life of the father-son pair of Theobold and Reinhold Oldrey, who together would set the stage for the family's connection to the greatest evil that ever lived, Dimitri Vedeska, the Unmaker, Crusader Knight, Sorcerer, Warlock, Necromancer, made vampire by his own hand, a dark messiah, the Unmaker. Slain for the first time in the 16th century by the blade of an undead knight of his own making. He would return from hell centuries later, a more twisted, demonic creature. But the combined efforts of the father-son duo would send him back whence he came, destroying much of the man, but possibly making him into something even more dangerous. He would curse the bloodline before his exit, connecting to the Oldrey family a type of ethereal vampire that could follow us through the generations, haunting us, an elder, more spiritual in nature, never far and watching our every move. I've even captured it on video myself. A monstrous entity that seems to deteriorate further into beasthood as the years march on. Oldrey, Herald, would be the last to serve at the Sons of Man, eventually losing the Paladin's power and turning to more conventional means of battling against the occult and supernatural. He would come to focus on dark cultists, practitioners of dark arts, summoning and worshipping demons, but would often find himself in strong disagreement with the Order's leadership, fueled by encounters with unbelievable beings, the Church's treatment of many of its own soldiers, and their aged beliefs on witchcraft which he was coming to question. This all boiled over when he met the Irish witch Bridget, who was being held in a nearby Sons of Man dungeon, leading Herald to break her free and come to believe her the avatar of the Celtic goddess she was named after. Together they would face the devil himself on Blackula Island. This experience would lead to Herald breaking away from the church, allowing him to work with several incredible supernatural beings, as well as those with advanced knowledge and abilities that the church would never have allowed. His final journal entries indicate a forthcoming confrontation with Dimitri Vedeska, one that neither of them ever returned from. His most important belongings would be collected by a close confidant and eventually passed to his only recently conceived son, the aptly named Herald Oldrey Jr., who would bring the family's focus to the many types of vampires, becoming one of the world's leading experts on hunting them and building an unparalleled library for that and related work. He would also come to work very closely with the vampire Alexandra, who hunted her own kind, whose story I've uncovered through Herald Jr.'s notes, as well as them pointing me towards chained books in Hereford Cathedral Library. Together they tell the tragic tale of a girl infected on purpose, made into a weapon against vampires without her consent, but shown where to find a magical rose that drips with human blood, allowing her to survive without harming others. When Herald Jr. came to believe that his own son, Leopold Oldrey, would not wish to continue with the family legacy, he elected to pass on his collection to Alexandra, as well as disperse it out to various other hunters in the field. Only the trunk of personal items of his own father would continue to be passed down. Leopold would not get involved in the family work until after emigrating to the US in the 1920s, after using the family knowledge to try to break into the movie business in Europe with the movie Haxon. A more modern American version of the Sons of Man would press him for knowledge and aid in supernatural dealings. Eventually, this pressure, combined with the guilt of an abandoned family legacy, pushed him into the work of his ancestors, getting involved with all kinds of supernatural happenings around the state of Florida, including some of the most famous examples. Come to work closely with the Seminole medicine woman, the two aiding each other against some of the stranger supernatural entities in the state. In his old age, he continued to monitor dark happenings in the local region with a particular concern for the rise in demonic, often satanic cults, and the dramatic increase in reports of changelings, particularly the modern black-eyed children. He was the last involved in the family work after multiple tragedies, including the loss of his son, a breakdown in his relationship with his daughter, and her with her daughter. Until I came to inherit my estranged grandmother's home many years later. Entering the house catapulted me into this incredible family legacy, as you can see here.
So I'm like pretty sure that I just saw my grandma. I'll just show you. This is not what I signed up for when I got this house. Oh! Okay, I was just hearing some scary noises coming from the entrance, and it's been like scary going on around that. What was that? Oh, shh! Hello? Oh, shit. Okay, so I know everybody here loves Frogette. I got video of her moving on her own.
These events would lead me to an incredible discovery under the house.
I inherited this house from my estranged grandmother. Some kind of important family stuff down here. And, oh, shit. Holy shit. Okay, it is here. It is here.
For the first time. I'm hoping whatever sigils are on here are still good. Okay, here we go. Wow. Okay, there's old journals, books, some papers, the sword. Let's see this thing. Look at this. That looks like a vampire hunter's kit. And what looks like a bunch of stuff for an exorcism.
The paranormal activity would only get worse.
So here's the full video. If you saw the story, you know, last night I saw something in the house that, as crazy as it sounds, to me looked like a vampire. I'm just going to show you the video. Here we go. I swear I heard somebody up here.
Similar to a satanic undead Haxon, as shown here. Regardless, Mother Nun was capable of vulgar feats of devastating dark magic. Reggie the Bat was a young man who, after being turned, quickly transformed. Do you believe that a Catholic monster hunter and a pagan druid witch from Ireland, believed to be the avatar of her goddess namesake, can work together and stop Satan's congregation on the mythic Blackula Island? And will what the witch calls the Fae folk help in that fight? Meticulously researched and constructed from passed down family journals, folklore, history, and occult writings from all over the world. The Old Breed, Haxon, a novel based on the accounts of third-generation monster slayer and former Paladin knight Herald Oldrey about monsters, demons, an incredible Celtic witch named Brigid, ancient holy brotherhoods, and the devil himself, as well as his army of followers, both human and otherwise. A clash of gothic occult horror, steeped in ancient legends, religion, and the many places both meet. The Old Breed, Haxon. the Oldrey family bestiary. Venture now through the pages of this tome. See images of the numerous supernatural creatures and cryptids once held in the dungeon, St. George's Keep, and read through the incredible documented knowledge of the Oldrey line of monster hunters. Explore these pages to uncover hidden knowledge passed down through at least 7 generations, with information about multiple types of vampire, demons from the bowels of hell, different breeds of werewolf, mysterious sea creatures, beings of the Fey realm, and massive beasts of myth. And more is yet to come as I document the harrowing story of the Oldrey's greatest adversary, Dimitri Vadeska, the unmaker, a vampire sorcerer. Burned into something worse from his time in hell. Learn his full story soon.